All right. Hey, Abraham. First of all, again, thank you so much for just being who you are. You've given me so many answers, and nobody says it like you. Nobody. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to ask a question for a lot of the women around me who have talked about weight and their body. I want to know the answer to this one. I also have a strong desire, this is my vanity, to look and feel as I did in my body when I was 19. When I visualize this rejuvenated face and body, I even throw in darker skin and smaller behind, and inner being says, yeah.
The yeah that you're hearing from your inner being is, yes, this thought feels good. Yes, this thought feels good. Yes, this thought feels good, and therefore, yes, this thought is a path of least resistance. Yes, this thought feels good, and therefore, yes, this thought is a path of least resistance. Stay on this thought or thoughts like this, and everything that you want will flow to you on all of the myriad of subjects that you've been talking to us about. Yes, this thought feels good. Yes, this is practicing the art of allowing. Yes, this is where you want to be. Yes, this is alignment. What you wanted to say is, yes, you can have exactly what you just said you wanted. And it is saying that. But when you say, I'm doing this because I'm wanting to get something that I want that I don't have, now you've thrown in that I don't have it, and you've messed up the vibration of it. This is the thing that you've been confused about your guidance system all through our conversation here. You think that because it feels good when you say it, that that's your inner being saying, jump on this and jump on it right now. And your inner being is not necessarily saying jump on it in terms of action right now. Your inner being is saying, yes, maintain this thought, maintain this vibration, maintain this point of allowing, and all things that you want will flow unto you.
Yes, I got it. But I got to ask the question, am I creating a new body in the meantime?
And we want to say to you, what does it matter if you feel joy in the moment? Because you are saying, I'm willing to conjure joy if there's a payoff. And we're wanting to say, the conjured joy is the payoff. And you got to accept that the conjured joy is the payoff in order to receive the payoff.
I think I am at that point. I am, but as a point of interest, part of me thinks that, why can't I recreate it?
Well, you can. Here's the confusion here. So I stand here with something not quite the way I want it to be. And I have this image of what I want to be. So as I think about what I want to be, if it makes me feel good to think about it, then I'm in a place that I'm allowing it to be. But if I'm thinking about what I want to be, and all that does is remind me that I'm not there, so that this moment is uncomfortable, then thinking about what I want to be is actually increasing the resistance and not letting it in. And so the art of allowing is about finding for you personally the crack of least resistance where you allow what you are wanting in. And that's why we try to make it less complicated by saying, just find a thought that feels good and keep thinking it. Pay attention to the way you feel and let the way you feel matter the most of all. And if you are reaching for joyful thought and joyful moment after joyful thought after joyful moment, then you will hold yourself in a vibrational pattern of allowing, and then all things that you want come into your experience. What's the dominant vibration that's going on within you mostly? Do you think more about what you have, or do you think more about what you want? That relationship between where you are and where you want to be, this is the area of your molding of the clay. In other words, if you want it and doubt it, then thinking about it hurts. If you want it and believe it, then thinking about it feels good. And so your work is to make things that hurt feel better. Well, how do I think about something that makes me feel uncomfortable while I think about it and mold it into something that feels good? There are a million ways that you can go about it, but the most important thing is you've got to have your awareness on your sensors so that you can tell if it's hurting more or hurting less. It's like saying, it's a hot stove. Let's see. It's a very hot stove. Yeah? Just what I thought. That hurts. That really hurts. Well, maybe if I leave it here longer, it won't hurt so much. Yeah? Still really, really hurts. Damn. Okay. This is even worse than I thought. Oh, this is really bad. This is really, 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 really bad. Well, maybe I'll just get used to it. Yeah, in time, I'm sure I will adjust. And what we're wanting you to say is, ooh, Oh, no, that didn't feel good. No, that didn't feel, that didn't feel good. In other words, we're wanting you to be so sensitive to the way that you feel that moment by moment you are aware of this alignment between you and you, between you and your source, between you and your desire. You have to feel your way. And so as you stand here in your now and you say, I want something that is over there. And I've got some processes that Abraham has given me. And I have confidence that if I apply these processes, then I will be able to remove myself from here and get over there. And as you apply the process with the intent of getting out of here and over there, without even meaning to, you're activating over here. So you keep doing the process for the purpose of getting over there because you don't like being over here. Mm-hmm. But over here just keeps getting louder. It keeps becoming bigger. Where you are becomes more and more and more and more and more evident. Do the process not to get from over here to over there, but do the process because in the moment of the process, it feels pretty good. Do the process because it feels good to do the process. It feels a lot better to exclaim joy than to exclaim disappointment. It feels so much better to praise than to criticize. It feels so much better to anticipate positive aspects than to anticipate negative aspects. But the path of least resistance, sometimes in the beginning, says otherwise. When you're disappointed, it's easier to complain about what you're disappointed about than it is to think about what you want. And so you got to back away from the specifics of it and just start making general statements like, nothing is more important than that I feel good. And so this thought doesn't feel good, and this thought doesn't feel good, and this thought feels better, and this thought feels better. Have you ever had the sensation of looking through a magazine and you don't even know really what it's about, and it's sort of boring, and then something catches your eye? And isn't that moment where something catches your eye a sort of delicious moment? Mm-hmm. Doesn't the moment where something catches your eye more delicious than the not very interested moments that go by? And so there are things that you talk about that catch your interest. There are things that you think about that are actually life-giving in nature. And what you're wanting to do is just start practicing feeling about those. You cannot go from today into tomorrow with no definite plan of doing something different and have anything different tomorrow than it was today. You've got to do something different today, and that's why we offer these processes.
Oh, yeah. Abraham, I'm right now in the asking mode, but a lot of times I'm in the gratitude mode with you.
We feel that from you. We feel intensity from you all the way around. And the reason that we wanted to talk with you, we knew you would stir some things up, and we knew that it would make it easier for us to say to all of you that it is really worth wanting to feel good enough that you're willing to take some new process and dabble with it, just paying attention to whether it enhances your feeling at all. In other words, if we were sitting in this audience and we heard someone talk about the Book of Positive Aspects, we would start asking around, what is the Book of Positive Aspects? And is it something that I might use to enhance my experience? And then someone will say to you, well, it's not really a book that someone has written, it's a book that you create from a blank notebook, where you just take a notebook and you just start looking around for positive aspects of people and of yourself and of your house and of your car that you could write in it. And the whole purpose of the Book of Positive Aspects is you can't focus upon something that you are calling a positive aspect without generating within yourself something that feels a little better. Now, many would say, yeah, but what will it get me? If I do the Book of Positive Aspects, will I get my new car, or will my lover come home, or will I make more money, or will a manager appear? And we say, yes, but that's not why we want you to do it. We want you to do it because it feels good to do it in the moment. And anything that feels good to do in the moment puts you in the state of allowing what the universe already knows you want and has been trying to give to you. If we heard someone talking about the prosperity game, we would say, what is it? Is it fun? Will it stimulate my thought? Will it soothe me anyway? Will it generate something within me? Will it be an experience that is satisfying to me? If we heard someone say, I ate somewhere and it was really good, we'd want to go eat there. If we heard someone say, I heard some music and it made me feel good, we'd want to listen to it. If somebody said, ooh, this is my favorite television program, we'd watch it to see how it felt for us. If someone said, ooh, this lotion is delicious, have you tried it? We'd try it. If someone says, ooh, this air feels so good today, we'd go outside and breathe some. If somebody said, I saw the most beautiful blooming tree at such and such an exit, we'd get in our car and we'd go to that exit. In other words, we would mine this experience for every good feeling moment that we could find, because we understand from our perspective, and many of you are coming to understand it from your perspective, that when you are in a moment of feeling good, you're in a moment of allowing all things that you've been asking for. You cannot bang your well-being into place. You can't demand it into place. You can't earn it into place. You can't work it into place. You can love it into place. You can laugh it into place. You can appreciate it into place. You can believe it into place. In other words, what you're molding is the energy of your being, you see. The moment of allowing is the only thing you got to tend to. It's the only thing you got to tend to. The universe knows what you want, is yielding it to you. Circumstances and events are being lined up. Everything that you want is right out there for you. All you got to do is find a reason to be happy now, 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 a reason to be happy now. Good time for lunch.
Thank you.
We are complete.